gonna turn it up and then I'm gonna take it.
Welcome to the Turn It Up podcast, sister. This is your go-to playlist for turning down your inner critic and all of the outside noise and turning up your self-confidence. Look, I'm Daniela Rose. I'm your host and hype woman, and I'm on a personal mission to live in a world where every single woman and girl looks in the mirror and love who she sees. So I'm here to bring you weekly playlists with actionable tips and inspiring stories from powerhouse women to help you live the life that you love in a body that you truly appreciate. So if you're ready to laugh, learn, and totally let go of what's holding you back and get real about unleashing the powerhouse, confident version of you that's already inside of you, then go ahead and turn it up. Let's go. What's up, Turn Up Squad? Today we are talking about how we can rethink our workouts for wellness, right? I want you to think about the last time that you decided to work out, or maybe you were thinking about working out. And I want you to think about the feelings that came up for you. Was it, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this, like I often think? Or was it, yay, I'm so excited? Or wow, I'm so grateful I get to do this? Or oh, I really wish I didn't have to. What is the vibe? What's the feeling? What's the energy that you have when you think about working out? Because today I want to challenge it a little bit in order to really create actual wellness. And wellness is not equivalent to weight. Wellness is not a size, it's not a shape, it's not a number on the scale, it's not a size jeans. So how can we turn down the focus on the scale when it comes to our workouts, and how can we actually turn up our health? So that's what we're talking about today. And full transparency, I was like, what am I going to talk about today for the podcast? I have lots of things to share, but I'm in a time crunch like many people this time of year. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, what am I going to share? And then throughout the day, I had been thinking for myself about, how I encourage and push and motivate and inspire women to do things that bring them joy, to make fitness fun and food simple, and how to love and appreciate their bodies and how to take care of their bodies. And yet at the same time, I have been putting myself last. Whew, can I get an amen? Are you that person too? Because I've literally been putting myself last. I've been working around the clock, which I absolutely love. I absolutely enjoy. And so I found myself, I'm always on the computer. I'm always on my laptop. I'm always sitting. And, with some stuff that I've had going on recently, I haven't had the ability to work out a lot. So we all know something in motion stays in motion. And so when I stopped, I was told like, you can't work out for weeks at a time. And when I stopped working out, now the challenge is getting back into the zone, right? Getting back into that momentum of this is what I do and this is why I do it. And so again, I'm just sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, I should work out. I should do this. I should do that. And I was like, okay, I'm going to brush away all the shoulds and I'm going to say, what can I do today that would bring me joy and also help me move my body to feel better? And at least, and I didn't even set a time to it. Honestly, I was like, what can I do? And so the first thing that came up for me was dancing. Obviously, that's my jam. So what can I do? And I thought about it, how I've been wanting to take a tap dance class. And I'm like, well, I can't go take a class right now. But what I can do, let's see what they have on YouTube. So I pulled up YouTube. I searched for tap dance classes and several pulled I saw several and I opened one of them and I was like, yes, this is so good. Because if you are a dancer, you know that when you get older, they don't create like intense, good, great workouts or not workouts, sorry, dance routines. Like, right. They treat us like we're back to 5 years old, that we can't move our body. And so I'm always irritated by that. So I was like, I have to find something that's like intermediate, advanced, so it'll challenge me. And this one absolutely did that. So I found one and it was to I think the song is called Shivers. And so I was like, this is it. So I pulled out my tap shoes. It took me a minute to find them. I'm not going to lie. I pulled out my tap shoes and I was like, let's just see what happens. Let's just have fun. First few minutes, of course, I'm like, this is doing nothing for my movement because I'm like watching his feet like intensely. And I'm like, I can't even figure out what he's doing. Like it's so advanced. And I was like, hey, just stick with it. Just keep trying. So I just kept rewinding, replaying, rewind, replay. And eventually I got moving. And by the end, it was 30 minutes and I'm like breathing heavy, I'm sweating, and I am literally smiling from ear to ear because I'm just so happy of what my body's doing. And I'm enjoying myself and it feels good. And this is what brings me so much joy. Like I'm getting teary-eyed right now, like thinking about it. Because for most of my life, I have struggled with loving and appreciating my body. And I never learned until I got older how to actually see my body as a wonderful thing that helps me live a great life. I've always just seen it as something that needs to be changed, that needs to look better, that needs to be smaller, that needs to, right, not have the wrinkles and the dimples and all the things. And so in this moment, I was just like, oh my gosh, this feels so good. And yet before I started that, I was thinking about how I should go do a lifting workout. I should push play on this other workout that I used to do. I should do at least 30 minutes, at least 45 minutes. But nothing was like, yeah, I can't wait to do that. And then at the end of this tap routine, I was like, I don't want this to stop. Like, this is so fun. I don't want it to end, but I have to go back to work. So I stopped. But before that, I was upset with myself that I haven't been moving my body, that I haven't been taking care of myself, that I have been putting my self-care last. And so then I decided to do this. And because of that, when I stopped, I was like, oh my gosh, I got to talk about this. This is perfect for the podcast because many of us see workouts as a way to lose weight. Right? Like that's the only reason you work out. That's how I grew up. I heard women talking about working out and going to the gym and doing things, but it was never because they enjoyed it. It was never because it was fun. It was never because they just want to take care of their bodies and think about living a long, healthy life and having more energy. I never heard that. All I heard was, I need to lose weight, so I need to go to the gym. And so maybe you've experienced that too. And because of that, you equate workouts with weight loss. And so what happens though if you're working out and you're not losing weight? Is it not working? Is it not effective? Is it not, and so then we get in our heads, well, then I might as well stop. At least this is what I used to do when I had serious issues with diet culture, is that I would go work out. And if I didn't lose the weight, then I was like, what am I doing this for? Why am I giving up foods, which I don't encourage now, but back then I gave up foods. Why am I giving up foods? Why am I spending an hour at the gym to not lose any weight? And perhaps if I wouldn't have had that mindset and I would have had the mindset that I have now, perhaps I would have continued and actually built a really healthy body. And instead, I went the complete opposite and started eating McDonald's twice a day and drinking 6 pops a day and just destroying my body because I was so angry with it. Okay, so enough about that. I talked way too long, but I just wanted to give you that background of where this topic came from and what the moment is for me right now as I sit here, as I'm literally sitting still in the clothes that I just did my top class in with sweat dripping down my back. My hair is up in a crazy messy bun, and I'm just happy. And I want all women to feel this way. Again, I didn't feel this way just an hour ago, but I want us all to remember and think about this whole idea. So let's jump in then. Okay. That's why this whole thing matters to me, because I also am a daily work in progress of shifting my mindset, remembering that my body is powerful and deserves the time to be taken care of. And I deserve to do things that bring me joy. And so today, in the next few minutes, I want to dive into how we're going to start seeing workouts and viewing workouts for the amazing ways that they make us feel on the inside to live that great life. So I'm going to give you some tangible takeaways that you can use today, tomorrow, the next day, and share with people around you. So that way, when the next generation of girls is coming up, they're not hearing those same things that we heard about why you work out. They're going to hear something different because we're going to be different. We're going to do things differently. So first, we have to understand why this whole shift matters. And the most important reason is because we have been conditioned as humans with diet culture and media that wellness is related to weight loss, and workouts are to lose weight. Right? You very rarely hear about people or advertisements or anything for a gym, right? They're always a before and after picture of complete, like a big transformation of weight loss. And that's because that sells. That's because that's easy. It's a visual. We can see it. But what we're not selling people on is the reason to work out is for the scientific benefits, right? This is science. Our bodies are the most magical machines, and we know based on science the benefits of exercise. It has nothing to do with weight loss. It's your mental health. It's your energy. It's your sleep, right? It's reducing the risk of chronic diseases. It's your joints feeling good, right? I was sharing with my husband the other day, I'm like, man, my knees are really hurting these days. And I instantly went back. I've had knee problems because I was a dancer. So I've had knee problems. And so, of course, when I went to the doctor for that before, they gave me exercises to do. They didn't give me exercises to do to lose weight for my knees. They gave me exercises to do to strengthen the muscle in my legs to prevent my knees from hurting. So I was telling him, I think we should probably get a bike for the house. So that way, because that was always the first thing they tell me, is that if I used a bike, which I don't enjoy because it's challenging because I don't have a lot of muscles in my legs, which is why my knees hurt. But that's beside the point. But again, the whole point is that there are scientific benefits to exercise that we get to remind ourselves of why we're doing these things that have nothing to do with weight loss. Right? So there is this bigger picture. And so that's why this matters so much, is that we have to shift our mindset and remember this bigger picture, because also when we remember this bigger picture and we talk about exercise in this new way of it helps me sleep better, it gives me a lot of energy, it makes me feel good, my knees feel better, my stomach feels better, my arms feel better, whatever it is, when we talk about it that way, we are empowering other people to work out for reasons other than weight loss. And same goes for the little kids in our life. So that's great, right? Yay, this is what we should do and shift, and that's why it's important. But how do we actually shift that? And so the first thing we need to do is reframe the purpose, right? We get to think of exercise as an act of self-care. You might have heard me mention that at the very beginning where I said, I put my self-care last. And one of the first things for me for self-care is moving my body, is a workout, is to sweat, is to get my heart rate up. Because I know I have more energy. The only reason right now that I'm recording this podcast is because I have so much positive energy oozing out of my body right now. Also sweat. But it's like literally oozing out of my body, because when you move your body and your blood gets pumping and you just feel so good. And so that is self-care. So we get to reframe our purpose for working out. So we're going to think of exercise as an act of self-care and nothing else. It is not a punishment for what we ate. It is not to lose weight. It is not for anything else other than to take care of ourselves. We're going to also think about how we feel after a workout. Right? We're not going to run to a mirror to see how we look. Instead, we're going to ask ourselves, how does this make me feel? Sometimes workouts aren't going to feel good. They're just not. And so you get to ask yourself, is this something that I get to keep doing because it's good for my body? Or, like I did today, I could have done an intense workout that probably would have still made me feel good, but I decided I need to do something that would actually bring me joy, to get me back in the zone, to have that energy, to just feel good. And so that was dance for me. So we get to focus on how we feel after a workout. And that's one of the most important things we can do. We also get to celebrate, right? What are we celebrating? Can we track how we feel? Right? Can you journal and share like what worked really well for your workout today and how did it make you feel? And how do you want to feel tomorrow? Is it that we lift heavier weights and that made us really proud? Did you do an extra minute in your run? Do you have more energy? Do you feel really good like I feel right now? Right? Are you sleeping better? What are those non-scale wins that are happening when we work out? Right? And so that's how we can, first, we need to shift our mindset, approaching exercise in a different way. And then how do we How do we start, enjoying the workouts more and enjoying them for the purpose of health, not weight? Obviously, I'm going to tell you, first and foremost, you got to find your fun. What lights you up when you turn, what is it dance? Is it yoga? Is it weightlifting? Is it hiking? I don't know what it is. Maybe you need to go try them all. Maybe you're like, hey, I don't actually know what brings me joy. What lights me up when it comes to moving my body? Take a couple months, go try random things, take some group fitness classes, try whatever works for you, but try so many different things if you don't know yet and see what works. See what at the end of it, you're like, yes, that was it. I have a handful of things that I know that I can go to that light me up. And so on those days where I'm like, I don't want to work out, I know my body would love me for it. I know, I have it scheduled, so I'm going to do it, but I don't really want to do this workout. Then what can I shift to? So find those things. We also get to set different goals. I am so sick and tired of hearing, especially when it comes to the new year, about, oh, I'm going to lose X amount of weight. You can't freaking control that, my friend. Okay? I don't care how hard your workouts are. I don't care how much you lift. I don't care how much you run. It does not matter. You cannot control the scale. You cannot control the scale. So stop setting goals that you aren't in control of. You are in control, though, of how many workouts you do. You are in control of the food choices that you make. You are in control of the mindset work that you do. You are in control of how you shift, how you view your body. You are in control of several things. So instead of setting the goals of weight loss when it comes to workouts, let's set the goals of, what do I want? What do I actually want for my life? Do I want to have more energy to play with my kids? Do I want to lower my stress? Do I want to smile from ear to ear? What is it that I want to achieve that working out will allow me to do that has nothing to do with changing my body, because we're not about that life anymore? Can I get a yes, girl? Okay. So there's that. We're going to find our fun. We're going to set different goals, and we are going to, perhaps it's time to find a community, right? Maybe some group fitness classes. I keep saying that because I'm a group fitness instructor and that supports me. But maybe it's some workout buddies. Maybe it's coming back to podcasts like this to remind yourself that you're not alone. Maybe it's an online community. Maybe it's getting a coach or a mentor. Whatever it is, find some people that are encouraging of working out, not for weight loss. Stop following the fit influencers who are showing you their food in a day, who are showing you how to lose weight, who are showing you intense workouts, and you're like, I should be able to do that. I want to do that. And you're never going to do it because that's not your goal. That's not the life you want to live. Find the people who are supportive of you shifting the way that you feel about your body, improving your life and overall, and using workouts as a way to live a great life, not to get smaller. And find those people and surround yourself with them. Follow those types of people on social media. Connect with them. My DMs are always open. Please send them to me if you're like, I have no one or I have very few people and I need a little support in this area today. I got you, girl. For real. I got you. So let's talk about a few quick tips for shifting your focus and then we'll wrap it up. I want you to think about your mantras. So as we're going into our workouts, again, if you're like me, you might be in the habit of saying, oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, this is going to hurt. It's been so long. Oh my gosh, right? I'm going to be so sore tomorrow. This is miserable. A lot of times that's how we approach workouts. And if we actually want to make a change in our life, if we actually want to get healthy, if we actually want to improve other areas of our lives, then we have to stop talking about our workouts like that. So we're going to shift what we say. And so perhaps you want to start saying, I work out because I love my body. Today, I deserve 30 minutes with myself. Today, I'm choosing to work out so I feel good. I work out because I know it supports the life that I want to live. So what are some of the quick quotes, mantras, things you can say and put on repeat in your head? Again, you don't have to, look, as I've shared many times on this podcast, You do not need to say, I love working out. It's going to feel great. It's going to be amazing. Because if you don't feel that way, you ain't going to believe it anyways. Okay? So what I did today was, instead of, I'm not going to lie, I was like, oh gosh, I really don't want to do anything today. I really just want to keep working and just sit here. But I knew that I needed to do something to feel better. So I told myself, Danielle, you are not going to be the best version of yourself in other areas of your life if you don't take care of yourself today. You deserve to do something fun for yourself and move your body. So that's what that was my mantra today. Okay, so shift your mantras. The second thing is our micro workouts. You guys, we've been so programmed to believe that working out is inefficient if it's not an hour. You will not believe the people that come to my class, and when I stop at minute 45, they're like, oh, I thought this was an hour. What am I going to do? Oh no. And I say that kindly, but it's so like ingrained in us that you have to do an hour-long workout. Listen, even if you're like, I want the most intense workout and I want to get the most out of it. I want my muscles to grow and I want to be stronger and I want to feel really good and I want my heart rate to be really, really fast. You still don't have to do an hour. I promise you, come to my class for 45 minutes and at the 45-minute mark, you will be like, okay, yeah, that was enough. I do high intensity workouts. They're lots of fun, but we sweat a lot. Our heart rates get really, really high. And also, it does not have to be an hour, because if you do it effectively, you can work your whole body in less than an hour. So you have to get out of this mindset of it has to be a certain amount of time, even if 45 minutes, If you're like, I don't have 45 minutes. Sister, I feel you. And so that's why today I didn't set a time limit. I said, I'm going to do this tap routine. I'm going to learn it. And then that's going to be it. I didn't know if it was going to take me 10 minutes, if it was going to take me 20 minutes, if I was going to do an hour. I had no idea. But at the 30-minute mark, I learned it and I did it a few times and I was like, whew, I'm so sweaty. Yes, now I have the energy. I'm going to get back to work. So shifting your focus includes not hating on micro workouts. If a 10-minute walk is the most that you can do to move your body, that is great. Go take a 10-minute walk. If doing a yoga session for 10 minutes at a time, 3 times a day works for you, do that. If you can get 30 minutes in of doing a fun tap dance routine, do it. Stop putting the pressure on yourself for it to be quote unquote perfect, for it to be this expectation that the rest of the world has told you and sold you. Micro workouts are wonderful, especially as we're getting back and saying, I deserve to take care of myself. Because it might be just too much to say, I'm going to take a whole hour out of my day to do this. But 10, 15 minutes, I got that, right? And then also the third thing to remember when it comes to shifting this focus and approaching, your workouts in a different way is to remember that rest and recovery are also part of your health. That's part of your wellness. Yes, I'm telling you that your body deserves to be taken care of and moved so you feel good and have lots of energy, but do not skip some rest days and do not beat yourself up over it. If you choose one day to say, hey, I really wanted to show up and move my body today, but today my mind, my mental health, my energy, my body, my work, everything is screaming and saying, please just rest. Then you better take a rest day, my friend. Okay? Because again, we're approaching our workouts for wellness, not approaching our workouts for weight loss. And wellness includes rest days. Wellness includes great sleep. Wellness includes your mental health, not just your physical. So let's just remember, okay, as we are continuing and as we're going into New Year, and people are going to be talking like they always do about workouts and weight loss when it comes to setting New Year's resolutions, remember the importance of shifting our mindset. The diet culture, gyms, the beauty industry, beauty standards are all putting this pressure and saying the workouts are in order to lose weight. And we know that that is not the case. Our workouts are scientifically proven to do many, many things for ourselves in many areas of our lives. So it's so important to shift our mindset, and we have to start now. And again, how do we start? We find our fun. We set goals that have nothing to do with weight loss. We build a community of people. We set those mantras. We focus on micro workouts. And we lean on some rest days. So I want to ask you now, well, first of all, we're going to turn up the volume on this, that workouts are for wellness. And we're going to turn down the volume on the quote that workouts are for weight loss. And we are going to, and I'd love to just ask you, right? What is your favorite workout for health, for wellness? Go ahead, share that with, hey, oh, actually, okay, I'm going to go here. I'm going to give you a little challenge, but just because I did this today and now I'm in the zone. I want you to do one of your favorite workouts. What's one of your favorite workouts? I don't care if you're like, no one else likes this workout. It's not about anybody else. This is about you. What is the workout that sets your soul on fire, that gives you energy, that brings you joy, that makes you feel really freaking good? I want you to go do that this week, okay? Choose one workout. Go do it this week, whatever it is. And I want you to either show yourself doing it, take a sweaty selfie after, take a picture of your feet. I'm not a feet. Please don't take a picture of your feet and send them to me. But like, your shoes, if you're taking a walk, you can take a picture of your feet, your shoes. You get it, right? Like, okay, that just got a little awkward. Okay, so you're going to do your workout and you're going to tag me on social media with that picture or video, whatever, saying, hey girl, created some joy today. Workout is for wellness. And you're going to tag me. Okay, are you up for the challenge? Yes, you are, because we're going to turn up. Let's go. Okay, and then obviously, if you're listening to this now, if this served you and you're like, whew, I need to shift that mindset. This is so important for me to do for myself, for my family, for my kiddos, for the community, for just everybody, right? I want you to drop a comment, drop a review here, and share it on social or send it to a couple friends that maybe are struggling with their wellness and perhaps that this could support them. Hey, and even you could be like, sister, on this episode, she said that we need a community of people. Would you want to be my person? Do you want to be my partner of saying we're going to do workouts for wellness and we're going to support each other, make sure we're doing some micro workouts and that kind of thing, right? We got to ask for what we need. Okay, so that's that. All right. Are you ready? We're going to turn up, turn down all the things. You're going to take my challenge. And then next week, I'm so excited to share an interview that I had done with a body image researcher. She's a psychologist, chair of the department at a university. And the conversation was so good because it was different. She challenged me and I respected that so much. And I think it's just so important that we realize and recognize as we're thinking about turning up and turning down and all the things that we recognize that body image is the most important thing that we can focus on as women, especially for the girls in our lives. And so coming from a research background with actual science to support, what we're doing, right? Like all the things that I do with my coach or with my clients in my programs, it's all research backed. And so to actually have one of the researchers that I personally follow and use their insights in order to develop my programs, it was really, really cool. I was nerding out so hard and I was so nervous to talk to her, but it's good. So that will be next week's episode. So I hope you'll come back and tune into that. And remember that you are pretty powerful. Now go turn it up. Have a great day. Bye, friend.